Hello and welcome to another tutorial. After covering dialing in your basic death metal guitar tone and dialing in a bass tone, well, lead guitar is next. So here's my personal approach on dialing in a lead guitar sound. And I can't underestimate the fact that this is my personal approach. Yours may vary, there are countless other approaches. I just show you how I dial it in and, well, how I think it is best. Therefore, I have to make something clear. What is a lead sound? There are a couple of lead sounds or for specific parts of the song and, well, of course, for the solo. And right now I'm speaking of a solo sound. With Nightbearer, I actually play very few different sounds. I have my main rhythm tone, I have a clean tone, I have a solo tone, and then I have one or two other sounds depending on the song. Basically just effects or added harmonies or whatever. And the sound we are talking right now is a lead guitar sound, a solo guitar sound, excuse me. Because of the fact that I use a wah pedal during my solos, I found out that actually, and this might surprise some of you guys, an HM2 chainsaw sound or pedal doesn't work as good with a wah pedal as I hoped it would, and therefore my solo sound actually doesn't contain any chainsaw sound at all, but I try to make it dirty and fuzzy and heavy, of course. So my solo sounds always start with a good rhythm sound, and due to ease of view and ease of understanding, I do this exclusively in the XFX, so you can see everything on the screen, but you can easily make this with your pedal board and with effects, as I do, for example. So a single chain is guitar into XFX. So we start with the rhythm sound, and for a rhythm sound we need an amp and a cab. As for a cab, I always use Bogren IRs. So for the sake of dialing in a rhythm sound, we use the Greasy Beard, and for an amp, let's use the Angle Severe. Okay. So let's tweak it a bit to my likings. I dial back the mids, dial back the bass, crank the treble, and I actually reduce the gain or the drive. Okay, this will do it, because I get most of my sound out of pedals. So therefore we add a drive block and we use, well, why not? Let's use the Maxoff 808. I think it's a Maxon. Let's dial it in as you would. So drive a bit more than usual, level full. So this is my basic rhythm sound. With Nightbearer I would of course use an HM2 instead of the Maxoff, but this will work for right now. It's important that, well, my lead sound is based on my rhythm sound. So, and now I'll dial in the changes to make it like lead. So, for instance, I would switch to another distortion. Well, I have done it, it's the Maxon. Then I'll typically crank the mids, slightly reduce the bass, although not always, it depends on the sound, but I think here it could actually work. I increase the gain on the amp, and I increase the volume. Most of the time it's between 1 or 2 dB. So let's go with 1. Okay. And because I can and I work with impulse responses, I use a dedicated lead impulse response. And well, let's use the Axe Murder. Okay, so this is my really basic lead guitar sound. Okay, it's MIDI, not MIDI, it works. Might tweak it in the context of the whole band, but since I don't have the whole band here, this would be my starting point to bring to the rehearsal room. Next, I always use a delay. So, first of all, the tempo of most of Nightbearer's songs is around 100 BPM or 200 BPM if you're a drummer. So I typically, I always program it so that it fits the song's tempo, but for the sake of this video, let's go with 100 BPM. So we use the digital mono, that's okay. I set the time to a quarter note. Feedback is okay, not too much feedback. This works. Now I'll do a couple of more tweaks, and if your delay pedal has this option, use it. If it doesn't, it might work as well. So first of all, I trim my delay. I want a high cut, rather high cut, around 3 to 4K, and a low cut around 200 Hertz. So it's more cleaned up or more lush, the delay. Let's make some more. Yeah, that's better. So I really like long delays. They work really good with my solos and my songs. And I really like the ducking function. A ducker is basically, it ducks the delay signal when you play notes. So when you play notes, the delay's volume is quite low, and when you don't play anything, it goes up. I typically use an attenuation from 10 to 20 dB. So you could hear while I played the notes that the delay wasn't as prominent, but as soon as I stopped playing, it became really prominent. And this enables me to set the mix a bit higher. So let's use this. So I'm not still finished. I add actually another delay pedal, and this goes before this. So let's move it to the right and add another instance of the delay pedal. And by the way, I set the delays after my cap block, just because, well, there was empty space, but you get very similar results when you put them between the amp and the cap. So why not do this? So I let my 1/4 inch delay, the second delay, and my first delay will actually be an 1/8 note delay, and with basically the same tweaks. And now let's hear how this sounds. I really like how the delays are cascading and the 1/8 note delays going into the 1/4 note delay. I really like this. You could do something similar with a dual delay, but I think this sounds a bit better and I get some more chaos, if you know what I mean. So, well, this is basically my lead sound, although I occasionally add a wah pedal, as I've told you before, but right now I don't have a wah pedal. And well, every other solo sound I have is based on this sound. I might add a rotary, I might add a reverb, I might add a chorus or phaser or whatever, but it's basically this. A good rhythm tone, made some specific tweaks to the amp block, drive pedal, where I get most of my distortion, and 2 delays. And this is what I got. Oh, and I mostly use the neck pickup, so I switched to the neck pickup. All the parts before were played with the bridge pickup. So yeah, let me know down in the comments how you dial in your lead sound or your solo sound, and what gear you use to achieve it, what pedals do you use, and maybe I'll try some of those combinations in a future video. Let me also know if you wanna know more about lead guitars. I can maybe do a dedicated chainsaw lead video where I show you why I don't use a chainsaw pedal. Just let me know down in the comment section. And if you want to support this channel, check out the links in the description. And with this said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. May the force be with you and have a nice day.